think that men should be held accountable. If I had a wish for men, it would be that they should hold a higher standard for themselves.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Let's talk about that.
Men, I think, are getting away with a lot, and there's this thing where from the time that their parents are raising them, this adolescence age and the age of adolescence is like going into their 20s and now into their early 30s, that men act like boys for longer. And so I don't know if this is like a parenting issue, that parents weren't good parents, or at least they weren't focused on the right things as parents, but there are a lot of I guess it would be what, millennial and Gen Z or something, where guys are acting like boys, and they're acting like boys for longer and longer.
And what do you mean by that, acting like boys?
By not wanting responsibility, right? And one of them is not wanting to get married. One of them is not wanting to get a meaningful job. Like sometimes you see guys that are like taking forever to get through college because they're just having fun. And then when they do get out of college, they're kind of just bouncing around. They're not focused. They're not trying to get married. They're just kind of waiting into their almost mid-30s to take life seriously. And that's a problem. I mean, that's not a good thing. And I would say, if I had to take an audit of men, I would say that's where you're really lacking, is that even if your parents were enabling you to act like a doofus for longer, you shouldn't take that bait, because you're the only one who, as a man, who's suffering by doing that, because it takes you longer to get to where you want to go, right? It takes you now longer to find the right person because you waited a long time before you really looked, or meaningfully looked, not just swiped left or right, right? Like, so it's taking you longer to find the one person. It's taking you longer to pick a career and really push and pursue it. It's taking you longer to take on responsibility. I think the one big attribute of men is that we are built to shoulder a lot of weight, not physical weight, but the weight of responsibility. And if there's no men around to take on this responsibility, who's going to do it, right? We need men to turn into boys, because we need you. Right. We need you as men, to lead society, to raise good, amazing children. Yeah. We need you to lead like your wives in a healthier marriage, lead them to God, like all this stuff. And yet guys are taking the easy road, and it looks kind of childish. And we're allowing for it. So no, I would be very tough on myself, and I'd be very tough on men. I think that one of the things that I meant is just that for women, I wanted them to be realistic, as in, like, you're not going to meet a millionaire and marry a millionaire who happens to also be super handsome, who happens also to be very charismatic and very sweet, and very like, wow, take it down a notch, like, right?
There's only one George here.
Yeah, I'm not available. Yeah. So this is the thing, is that there's these weird expectations, and for guys, their weird expectation is that they're gonna marry, the hottest girl ever, and she's gonna be super sweet, and she's gonna be so into them, and it's like, both people need to tone it down, because it's not about even just the level of expectation that each has. It's also like, you guys are searching in all the wrong places, looking for all the wrong things. Like, it's like you're trying to find a treasure with a map that doesn't even show like a treasure on it. Like, it just, you're looking at it upside down or something. Like, you're gonna go in the whole wrong direction to this, this treasure that you're trying to get to. So I feel like with women, they just need to be more, to look at the better qualities of men, and the more substantial qualities, not the looks.
And shouldering responsibility being a kind of being a man who wants to take on responsibility and lead
Yeah,
is one of those things.
I was reading something recently that said the people who do the best in school, people who do the best in work environments, the people who do the best in business, in so many different facets, are those who levitate towards wanting to take on responsibility. So people who make it farther in like getting to higher levels of corporations,
right,
or starting businesses or whatever it might be, that those people, men or women, are people who are actually willing and eager to be people who take responsibility on.
Yeah.
So I would actually say, if you meet somebody, especially if a girl is meeting a man, and he's the kind of person that doesn't want to take responsibility for anything, or just wants to take life like super mellow and doesn't care, maybe that's a bigger like red flag than if he's not 6'2". Like, like now all of a sudden, like it's like your height that matters and not your character. And so I would like just for people to judge others based on the character, the quality of their character, not the quality of their looks.